For me, living in the area that has this great resource, we need to do everything in our power to protect it. And when I say protect it, I mean protect it from usually ourselves.
The bay is very special to us primarily because it's our neighbor. It's just part of our community.
Can you imagine a Galveston Bay where you're out sailing across it and you can see a silver dollar in 10 feet of water that has seagrass beds flowing in the tide, that have oyster reefs everywhere? It would be a great legacy for our kids and grandkids if we could bring that back.
A healthy bay means we've got good fishing environment, a great tourist environment, but at the same time we can support industry and we can support small businesses.
Here at the Galveston Bay Foundation, we strive to ensure that one of our most valuable natural resources remains a beautiful and vibrant place for generations to come. To accomplish that goal, we rely on the generous support of hard-working organizations and individuals like you.
Well, the Galveston Bay Foundation evolved into a large nonprofit responsible for stewardship of the bay. Our organization is made up of recreational users of the bay, industry, and Houstonians. We have multiple events every year, bike around the bay. We plant grasses. We're starting to see the return of sea grasses to West Bay. The water quality has improved. The bottom line is the bay has improved under the stewardship of the Galveston Bay Foundation and many other groups involved in trying to enhance the overall experience of Galveston Bay.
Today, we are proud to honor our 2013 Guardian of the Bay Award recipients.
The Guardian of the Bay Award was established to recognize industry, government, and individuals for special contribution to the bay.
For partnering with the Galveston Bay Foundation to preserve a 500-acre tract of land in Chambers County that will serve as a wildlife habitat, provide public access, and protect a supply of clean drinking water for its customers. The Chambers-Liberty County's Navigation District.
The Galveston Bay Foundation approached us with a partnership opportunity to purchase a piece of property, about a 500-acre tract piece of property, all of which bordered Turtle Bayou, which is one of the watersheds to Lake Anahuac, which is one of the sources of drinking water and irrigation water for our community. It was going to be a subdivision with wastewater treatment. The flow was going to be directly into Lake Anahuac. Purchasing that tract accomplished safety on that one shoreline of the lake and of that whole watershed of Turtle Bayou. The plans are for that tract to be developed slowly into a public use area. Bird watchers, fishermen, kayakers, things like that. Being named a Guardian of the Bay is very important to the Navigation District. We're all fishermen, we're all hunters, we all use or are users of the water that the Navigation District supplies, whether it's drinking or the irrigation end. And for the Galveston Bay Foundation to recognize us and to be a partner with them on the easement property, it's really a pretty neat deal.
For its strong commitment to recycling and hazardous waste management, and for its generous support of numerous projects that benefit the community, CenterPoint Energy.
CenterPoint's actively involved in several activities that support the Galveston Bay Foundation. The first of which is Bike Around the Bay. It's a 2-day bike ride, 185 miles, and we have people that participate in the ride. We also have maybe as much as 30 volunteers manning a rest stop. Another one we're involved in is the Bay Gazer Photography Contest, and this is part of Bay Day, which is held out in Kemah, and we have volunteers that participate here, and we're also a sponsor for that event. A couple of the other environmental programs that CenterPoint's involved with include the Right Tree, Right Place program. This is to educate folks as to what kind of vegetation can be planted near our power lines so that over time we don't have problems with trees getting in the lines and causing outage problems. Another program that we have is our avian protection program. We invest and put devices on lines so that it reduces the risk of birds making contact with this electric infrastructure and causing problems. And upcoming, we'll be relocating an eagle's nest from a dead tree to a new location so that the bird and its offspring won't be at risk as much as they are today. To be recognized as a Guardian of the Bay from the foundation is a tremendous honor. You know, the employees who've actually participated in the activities are very proud of what they do. We're certainly very proud of them. So in one respect, it's an honor to accept the award on their behalf, but it's also an honor to accept it on behalf of the company, because as a company, we strive every day to be environmentally minded, and we strive every day to do things that are going to help this great economy we have and this great city and area that we have.
For his personal contribution to restoring oyster reefs in Galveston Bay with an oyster reef project off the shoreline of his Kemah home, and his long-term support of the Galveston Bay Foundation, Bill King.
When you go back and read historical accounts of Galveston Bay, they're really remarkable. You go back into the mid-1800s, people talk about being able to see a silver dollar in 10 feet of water in Galveston Bay. You know, unimaginable today. One of the key elements is that we destroyed the oyster reefs. I mean, there were thousands and thousands of acres of oyster reefs throughout Galveston Bay for centuries. And over a period of time, we dredged all those oyster reefs out of the bay for parking lots and driveways and roads. So reestablishing the oyster reefs in Galveston Bay helped filter the water, reduces the turbidity, allows seagrasses to start growing in, and those are the things that keep the water clear. And so what I was hoping to do is by building the oyster reef in front of my property, it would encourage and inspire other people to do the same thing in front of their property. This is a small piece of a much bigger puzzle, and we need to have thousands of acres in oyster reefs, and this was basically a third of an acre, so it's a start. But it helps people understand the significance and importance of it. They see that the fishing improves around it, which it motivates people to do things. And so this was really a pilot project to try to inspire other people to do similar projects. To be recognized by Galveston Bay Foundation as a guardian of the Bay it's a great honor, and to make some kind of contribution to preserving the Bay and trying to restore it, frankly, to what it was historically, you know, it's a good thing to be associated with.
For his special effort to promote a healthier bay by piloting and helping to expand the Galveston Bay Foundation's oyster shell recycling program, Tom Tillett.
Oysters have always been our keystone species in the bay, which really tells us the condition of the bay, really projects what we're doing as humans and how we protect it. Oysters filter 50 gallons of water a day. It's one of the most sustainable products that we have in our bay. And if we would take care of it, use the substrate, which is an oyster shell, an empty oyster shell, then we're able to go back in on top of a reef and lay down a layer of blanks, as you might call them, blank shells. And as the oysters go to spawn, they come up through the reef, they collect onto the new shell, and that just starts a brand new reef. We saved almost 200 tons of oyster shells. There are mountains on the acreage that the Galveston Bay Foundation owns, and what they do with those shells, they take them from us and bag them in perforated bags so that those oysters have an opportunity to be dropped down from people's piers. And when the oysters go to spawn, the larva is in the water, passes over those shells and becomes spat and collect on those oyster bags. And then those bags are pulled back up again and taken to reefs to restart reefs. It is an honor to receive any award from Galveston Bay Foundation for our efforts, but truly it is more than that. Our employees have been great in being able to recapture these oyster shells and to be able to help us with the recycling efforts for the Galveston Bay Foundation's employees and then volunteers that work with them to also help create this project. It would not be the project and success that it's had without all of these people working together.
A healthy Galveston Bay system is critical to the City of Houston, Harris County, people of Houston, and the Port of Houston. I am honored to be a part of all of it, and I really enjoy seeing all of these groups work together to try to enhance the Galveston Bay experience.